What's your darkest secret that you're willing to share on Reddit? I mercy killed a kitten that had been run over and left for dead. Someone ran over the box with a litter of kittens in it at the gas station. It was twisted up so badly. The sounds were terrible. I just didn't want it to hurt anymore. I had nightmares for a long time afterward. I carried the only kitten that survived home 4 years ago. He's sleeping next to my daughter now as she draws in a coloring book. Once while I was deployed I left my weapon in a random bathroom for like 4 hours behind the toilet. I had food poisoning and was crapping my guts out. It was loaded. It was a joint base, and anyone could have taken it. It would have been a huge issue and I likely would have lost a rank for it. Thankfully it was sitting right where I left it when I sprinted back in a panic at like 2 AM. No one noticed. Dude, you got super lucky. I'm glad it never got found. Finally got around to viewing my childhood camcorder. Found a lot of fun clips goofing around as a kid with my friends. But in the middle of the tape is my mom's sex tape. I haven't told anyone. Not my wife or my friends. Or my mom. I really want to digitalize the tape but I can't bring myself to bring it to a pro. And he finds my mom's sex tape in there. I've tried to convert it myself but the camera is so old and broken that any device and plug I've tested just didn't work at all. Also I don't like scrolling past the sex part. So now it sits in my desk, probably for the rest of my life. I'll do it. One of my nieces has inappropriate feelings towards me, but I'm concerned that informing her parents will result in my Bill doing something irrational, like kick said minor teen girl out of his home. He refuses to acknowledge or seek treatment for the emotional and psychological damage her bio mom, not my sister, did to her, which I think is the underlying cause. Here's some really terrible advice. Do something that would cause her to stop having inappropriate feelings toward you. 3 birds with 1 stone. No issue with family. She learns older related people aren't great material and fixes the main issue. I can't connect romantically with anyone. I am very much not asexual. I enjoy getting laid, but I can't find a spark with anyone, and I don't think I want to. I can relate to this one, except I do want to. I sometimes fantasize about having all my limbs amputated and living as a nugget. It's not completely a secret, I joke about it with my family and girlfriends sometimes. And I wouldn't actually do it, but every once in a while my arms and legs just feel painful and burdensome. And it seems like it'd be nice if they weren't there anymore. Saw a documentary on this. Self-nullification, or nullo to practitioners. So, you're not alone. But also, please don't. I sneaked my GF into my office at my previous job several times to have sex on my desk. 95% sure that I'm the actual father of my best friend's daughter and not her ex-husband. One of these are a lot darker than the other. Lying in bed one night I heard what I thought was the neighbors having sex. I got quite aroused until I realized it was actually a pigeon on my balcony cooing. Haha, this is amazing. I am pretty sure I have moderate depression. I don't want to be fixed. I have nothing to be depressed about. I live in a nice neighborhood. I have a loving husband, 3 kids. Not sure what's wrong with me. Brain chemistry doesn't care. If it is out of balance, then you can feel depressed. You don't need an external reason. I feel like I'm too awkward and no one truly likes me. No one has said anything directly of hating me, but it always feels the same way. You are not alone. In college, I broke a football lineman record of a bench press max while listening to a Taylor Swift song. My phone was in my pocket and I guess the sweat made the screen moist and sensitive and it changed it as I was lifting the bar, so I had to commit to the lift. The original song I was trying to listen to was the Mortal Kombat intro, LOL. My entire personality to friends and family is mostly a front so that no one knows how I'm truly feeling. That I wouldn't ever kill myself, but that I also wouldn't be mad about something random happening to me. That I feel like I will be eternally alone forever and that I'm so ugly no one will ever actually like me, so it's just kick after kick in the emotional balls watching my siblings get married, great lives and family all do well. Sometimes I'm genuinely funny though, and at least I'll get to travel again this year, so I guess I got that going for me. I strongly suggest finding a therapist if you have the insurance money for it. It can really help. I'm a woman over 30 who is not hideous and has no issues making friends and has hobbies. And I don't understand how PPL get into relationships. How do people even sometimes have two lovers at the same time? The idea of liking someone who likes you in return is wild. I have never been on a date. I have only been asked out twice in my life and said no for good reasons. The times I asked PPL out I was rejected. I'm not super sad, but it's weird. I don't tell people I've never dated. I pretend I have, it's easier. I could write a book talking about how there are thousands of men and women sitting at home, myself included, that they just can't find someone. Tinder seemed like a solution to that, but not really. We gotta find a way for all us losers on the internet to hook up. My dad's last words were "frick you" when we got into an argument. I was the first one to find him on the couch, stone cold, while I walked down the stairs to go take my final. I've always had a certain feeling after, regret or guilt. He was also extremely abusive growing up, raging alcoholic that beat up my sister and broke everything when he was drunk. I'd often have to go outside while police came, and neighbors would rush me into their house when they'd hear him throwing everything. I have crippling social anxiety and chronic depression as a result, and I developed a monotone voice and attitude that affects how people think of me. I haven't been able to develop strong friendships with others because of this, and I have bouts of suicide. I'm a functioning 22-year-old, but I often have thoughts of killing myself, although I'd be too scared to actually go through with it. I'm gonna give my honest opinion. Please don't take offense. Your dad was a piece of crap. You are infinitely better than him and deserve to love your life. I can say from my own experience that you'll probably deal with these sorts of feelings for the rest of your life. Put yourself first and prioritize your own happiness. Life's short. When I was young, like 11, I tried to kill the new kid in the neighborhood by offering him a mix of bleach and Pepsi with milk because I did not like that he was coming between me and my only friend at that time. He didn't drink it cause it was too suspicious. This weird milky bubbly beverage that smelled like bleach. Kids, shrugs. Oh, that sounds pretty red flaggy if true. Hope you have been able to work through any issues you may have had. Therapy can work wonders. I've been suicidal for the past 4 or 5 months, and one of the last few important people in my life has completely cut me off because I told her a story that someone else contradicted, and to this day she still believes that I lied to her. The only things I think about regularly in the day are her, and killing myself. I have written a note, I have talked to a friend about this, and I'm not so very far from actually going through with it. The only thing left stopping me is my schoolwork. I think I will probably go through with it if my exams next year don't go well. It's been just over 4 years now, but I sometimes feel relief that the death of my wife and son was a kind of blessing, as I fear I would have been a horrible father. I'm not sure if this counts as dark enough, but it's still a secret nonetheless, so here goes. I haven't told any of my friends I have high functioning autism. It's something that barely affects my day-to-day life, and it's great to just forget that I even have it in the first place. I haven't told them because I'm concerned about how they'd react. I don't mean like turning and stabbing me in the back or some bulls, but I don't want them treating me any differently. I'm fine with the way things are with them, and I don't want to be treated like I'm special. Like I said, this disability barely affects me, like one crystal of salt in a glass of water. My cat was recently diagnosed with cancer and she's decently alright right now, but sometimes I wish she'd die sooner. It's awful to say because I love her so much it hurts. But knowing that I'm going to lose her in the near future, plus the combined stress of worrying about her every day, is getting to me. I'm terrified and micromanaging every little thing she does. Is something wrong? Is she hurting? Did I do something wrong? I'm not sure what to do. I'm watching her sleep next to me RN and I'm so sad. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I can only imagine what you must be feeling. My boy is getting older himself and I just dread ever letting him go. I'm sure you've given Kitty such a good life with so many good memories. Hugs from a fellow cat loving internet stranger. And gentle hugs for Kitty too. Stay strong, friend. I've won plenty of money a couple years ago and haven't told anyone. In the case that I die before my parents, it's a section in my will about the amount and who gets it. If my parents die before I do and I still haven't found someone that I'm willing to marry, I prefer being alone. All of the money goes to a charity organization of a friend of mine for incurable cancer patients, mostly kids. I feel like my personality is too bland. I have great friendships with a few people and I think that I'm a very caring person, always there. But I'm scared to introduce my friends together in case they get along and inevitably have more fun with each other than they do with me. I ran over a jaywalker in 2002. She died. I thought she was ancient, but later I found out she was only 51. Back then that was old to me. My sister choked my family's first dog to death trying to bring him up to the trampoline with her. She was 4. I told my parents the dog was hit by a car. It's my 1-year anniversary with my GF, long distance, and no one in my family knows, not about her or that I'm lesbian. This one's not so dark anymore, but I ordered an escort one drunken night and that girl became my girlfriend for next 2 years. Yes, it was about as good bad of a relationship as one could think it possibly could be. She didn't exactly stop hooking, but she did only use a fairly refined repeat customer list as a source of income. But no new clients during that time. Yay, she met my parents and I met her mom, who thought she was a waitress. Yay, it's all weird AF now that I put it into words. Seen men are like it and it'll be buried, but whatever. The only thing keeping me from ending myself is my immense fear of death and the unknown. Along with the fact that if I did it, my mom would probably spiral into depression. I'm very good at keeping up appearances and acting like I'm fine. But I'm not. I've seriously contemplated scenarios in which I either end it or disappear entirely. Shrug. I've recently come to the conclusion that I'm bisexual. Only my boyfriend knows and I plan to keep it that way because I plan on marrying him. So there's really no way I'd actually consider being with a woman unless I became single again. And that's fine. Bisexuality is about who you are attracted to, who you wind up with, or the experiences you have don't change that. Whenever my husband pisses me off, I eat his favorite snacks. Last time he was being rude for no freaking reason and I ate his Kinders and threw them up out of spite. Are you my cat? I somehow crap on my glasses. I took them off and set them on the side of the tub with the lenses facing upwards, and when I was done wiping, a perfect little chocolate poo chip of crap was directly in the center of the lens. I joined Reddit to post my goodbye letter in our Suicidal. This was almost 70 days ago and I decided to try and restart my life. I have cut out all my friends and have made 5 new gaming friends since then and only think about dying like once a week, but it goes away quickly. I know people bash Reddit and crap, but I can honest to God say that it saved my life because I had lots of pills in my hand ready to go as soon as I hit send. Then the love and support started flooding in and I put the pills down and decided to take a nap and rethink the decision. My day is in 45 days and I'm surprised I made it to my this far. I've yet to tell anyone and have since deleted the post and left the Suicidal group, but I just want to say that it will get better, and for me it has. I'm realizing I have intimacy issues and a large fear of rejection, constantly feeling I want some kind of intimacy but chickening out. I'm pretty sure I haven't been in love and I question my ability. I'm 35 and have had several girlfriends who all love me. I had sex with one of my professors in college and she passed me even though I never showed up to class or turned in any work. I was the guy who found and kept that half ounce of sour diesel that fell out of your pocket. I totally would have given it back if you didn't happen to have a pound of it in your room. I'm secretly very envious of my very closest friends, because they are loved by someone outside of their immediate family, but not me. When they display affection, 2 things happen. I get monstrously depressed, and I'm already depressed as frick, or I get unnecessarily pee without any reason. But I know the reason and I'm immensely shamed by it, because envy isn't an emotion I feel very often if ever, and now it's just like I can't do anything about it. My hometown is small and there aren't many girls that I'll possibly like, except I had an opportunity and blew it. I did the heroic dose of psilocybin mushrooms. 7 grams of some of the most potent mushrooms I've ever laid hands on. About 3 years ago, and it completely shattered my understanding of reality, and I haven't been the same. I realized that the world has gone and lost its dang mind. People are just zombies. We as a species in the modern world have lost our humanity. I do think there is a way to get that back, not by grandiose acts, but just by being a little more empathetic. If you're having a crappy day, why take out your frustrations on the barista giving you your coffee? How does that make you feel better by being in butthole? So even if I'm having a bad day, I try my hardest to be pleasant, and when interacting with people, not just say have a nice day, but also mean it. There is a lot more, but the reason why this is my deepest secret I'm willing to share on Reddit is because in my regular life nobody can know. I'm a moderately successful business owner, and I started a second business last year. I deal with highly complex tasks with contracts that can go well into the 5-figure range. I'm a part of my community and am known as relatively straight edge. I barely even drink alcohol. I even hit the gym regularly. I have hobbies. I learned how to do basic remodeling work, and I have been improving my home bit by bit. I work on my cars. I read. I don't spend time on Facebook or much social media. Reddit is really the only major time suck I have. People ask me how I do it, and I just can't tell them that I basically put my ego into a mushroom powered paper shredder. I just say diet, exercise, and friendship. I don't think if people knew this about me that it would ruin me or my business, but they simply wouldn't understand. The world isn't quite ready yet. I am sexually attracted to aliens, although I am not sure if it's a secret in here seeing as I have mentioned it before. But yet, I find myself more attracted to aliens and monsters than I do humans, to the point I honestly have a hard time seeing myself getting into a relationship ever. It's a problem, but right now I have plenty of time to be a freak, and maybe it'll die down when I'm older. On a serious note, I love my job. My co-workers and bosses are awesome. But this isn't what I want to do forever. I would feel extremely guilty if I left this company because my bosses put a lot of faith and trust in hiring me and really got me on my feet and out of a crap situation. I want to go into game design, concept art, etc. But between the game industry being a mess and having a comfy graphics design job right out of college, I feel trapped. Ooh, a cringe fest incoming. I went to break with a girlfriend via her apartment intercom because I was far too scared to do it to her face. The buzz went unanswered, so I left a voicemail. We both lived with our parents at the time, so who would get that voicemail first? Poor girl received a second-hand breakup via her mom. The good news is, years later we were taking martial arts classes at the same dojo and she got to kick the crap out of me. We are friends now, all these years later. Not doubt that all of my friends are extremely talented, and it freaking hurts seeing them all succeed in their own ways and me not bringing anything to the table. One of them is an amazing artist and I'm complete horseshit compared to them. I can't show anyone my artwork because it's so juvenile compared to my age. I constantly worry about that any of my art is cringy, and that keeps me from practicing it because I can't bear to see my colossal mess. From the age of 6 or 7 till I was 12, I was pretty violently assaulted anywhere from once to multiple times a week. I carried the secret with me until I finally broke down to my wife about 6 months after we got married. I'm not sad, suicidal or anything, but I've lost interest in everything in my life. I don't feel any motivation to change things. I feel I might be sliding into depression. I locked my mother in a closet because I was angry. She escaped to the neighbor's house and the police were called for the abuse. What I never told anyone during this was that my mother would regularly hit my siblings and I on the head with her high heels, try to drown us in a tub of water, or slam our heads into furniture when she was upset at us. One day, I just realized that I was bigger than her and refused to take it. I'm a bad person. I have horrible thoughts and ideas and want to hurt people, and I feel guilty but can't stop. I want to just make everyone stop talking about me, thinking about me. I just want to disappear. I'm an untouched virgin. Only ever kissed someone once on a drunken night out, and that's it. No one has ever touched me and most likely ever will, as I'm at that age now where it will be weird for any guy to be with me. No one knows this, In social gatherings, I join in the convo and say just the right vague thing where it looks like I have experience, and I'm also confident so no one would guess. But I am about 40 pounds overweight and just be hideous to guys. Sigh, lonely life for me. People have sex at all ages. It's not like it's only for the young, and weight can be lost. Don't give up hope. My darkest secret is that I love my mother, or who she was before beating me almost every day before my father take me away from her when I was 11. But I freaking miss having a mother so much. Everyone talk about their mothers with so much pride etc, and I am like, yay. Don't take me wrong. I freaking love my father and little brother more than everything in this world, and I am a fully functional adult. I have my life okay. I don't need a mother for nothing. But I want mine. Some days really hard : PS. Before you guys say reach to her. If my dad never got me I would be now and drug addicted. A freaking loser with no school or even dead. So no, I am not gonna reach to her even if I could. Which I can't. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.